lights are glowing. You're drawn like a moth to a flame.
All right, this is another trailer tip from Carl.
Normally, one of the things I do before I leave is I go take a tire gauge and check both tires.
Okay.
And I'm a little bit lazy because to get this cover off is kind of a pain. So I just take my hand and pop it. If it's really hard to hit, then I know.
Can you do it? I actually did a video. Can you do it again? You just pop it?
I just pop it. And if it hits hard, then I know at least there's enough air in there. So if I had a flat, I'd be able to get into a tire place to get a new tire or get it fixed.
And it's full now, right?
Well, I don't know if it's 50 pounds, but
Feels pretty
I know that
tight.
it keeps you up off the road.
All right, this is the 101 on how much air to put in the Scamp tires.
I would check them, and I would make sure that they're at least right up towards 50 pounds.
50 pounds for each tire.
Yep. If they're 45, I wouldn't fool with it, because going down the road, it'll actually, the temperature increase just from going down the road. Tires get a little warm. And then when you stop at a gas station or you pull into your campsite, one of the first things you should do is go like this on each side. If they're a little bit warm, that's okay, but boy, if they were hot, that tells you you got wheel bearing problems.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. And can you show us how to do real quick on the suite? Carl is showing us how to jack up the Scamp trailer. So the first thing you do is you make sure, what here, Ed?
Turn that clockwise so it's tight.
Tight, okay. Otherwise it won't stay up.
When you
bring it down.
When you bring it down, you do this, and a lot of times you forget it and just pull this off. Next time you come and it won't jack.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna put it underneath there from the front. And I'll show you where I put it.
You put it in the front?
In front of the tire. I do it on the other side to be easier, but I don't want to lay out in the street and get my way. All right.
You want me to? Does it go on that axle bar that goes across?
I usually try to do it where I try to hit the
hit that little. You actually put it on there.
huh?
You actually put it across that right on there. It's not gonna bend it. It's not gonna bend that horizontal piece. Oh, wow, how's that?
And see, my jack doesn't have this. My jack, the handle has to be like this.
Okay.
They made this one so it pivots like. Whoever did this is.
Do you want to trade?
No.
Ed, why isn't that piece?
Always check this.
Okay, you just said make sure you always check what.
Make sure this is tight. Because going down the road, these things will turn on you.
All right, now actually, let's get this on video. So clockwise and counterclockwise. This one. Oh my gosh! So this one, to unloosen it, I'm gonna go counterclockwise.
Yep.
Unloosen it. So the one as your back is to the trailer, the one that's on the left-hand side. To loosen it, go counterclockwise. Tighten it, go clockwise. And then on this one, you gotta have a wrench. You gotta have a wrench. And it's tight right now, so to loosen it, I'm gonna go clockwise.
Reverse, just reverse.
Right? It's just reverse of it. So loosen it clockwise, tighten it counterclockwise.
And if you forget, all you do is come over here and do this.
Here you go. You gotta say that again. What now?
If you forget which is which, come over here, because this one is what you do with your hand. You say, oh, I can't go. So that's tightening. This way, oh, counterclockwise is loosening it.
Got it. That makes sense.
Then you know that's the opposite.
Okay. Right. There you have it. 101 on the propane
Whatever you
tanks.
do, make sure this never disconnects from the car. Use plastic tape.
Use plastic tape, electrical
to
tape, whatever.
Tape it to the receptacle on the car so there's no way it can come loose and drag on the road.
Yep. If it gets loose and drags on the road, you're gonna have a repair bill, right? It's gonna be expensive to fix that.
You gotta put a new end on here when that happens, and I've done it twice.
You did it twice?
I've done it twice, and both times I was on the road. I had to stop and go to an auto parts store and get a new one and peel the tape back and put brand new ends on.
So you could say you've...
If you don't have tail lights, you don't have headlights, you don't have signal light, or brake lights, you don't have signal lights.
And that's important. So
Oh,
you could
man.
say you've learned from those 2 times.
Yes, I do. That's why I'll never go anywhere without taping this to that after I get it on.
That's why he's doing a YouTube video for everyone to see so they don't make the same mistake, right?
Because it goes on there really hard and you think, oh, that'll never come off. But going down the road, it can happen because I know it's done it twice.
Okay.
Another thing you got to think about,
Who's got
that
another
could
good
do
one?
it would be, if this is on here
If it's in there, if it's all hooked up, yeah.
and you take a sharp turn to the right,
Yeah.
where does this go?
It's
It goes away from you. So it pulls like crazy on here.
Oh, so make sure there's some slack.
You got to make sure you got slack.
Got it. Slack in the electrical.
If you were scared, you could do this. Take one, unwind one, and do it this way. If you were scared that you don't have enough slack, do it like that.
But with the taping, you want to make sure you're giving enough slack in the taping too, right? So that if you turn, it's not going to rip the tape instead. There you have it. 101.
It actually sucks the water out of the line as it's coming out. That way it empties the line, because you're not going to be putting any kind of the blue antifreeze in the hot water.
So what
line.
you just said is open up the hot water in the, because I didn't record it, in the kitchen sink and then also the restroom.
And
Open
then-
up the hot water and let the hot water go out.
And
then
then,
this-
the hot water is not going to be hot. But
And
then,
then this
and
too,
then
this-
open this up.
which is right there. Open that up and water is going to be coming out.
Yeah, and then see, it can, as it's coming out, it'll suck air through those faucets, and then when it's sucking air, it's pulling the air all the way through the line wherever it is, so there's no water left in your line. It creates a vacuum and pulls it out,
Okay.
and then it'll go empty.
And then
Then you go
and then I turn it
inside and you-
it back on there.
And then
Turn this back on, or flip it back so it's closed.
if you want to put it back on, you can. I just usually lay it here. Then you go inside and turn that thing, like I said, by the water heater, so that when you're putting the blue stuff in, you do this. This is the very first thing you do
Before
before
what you told
do
me.
anything else. Then you turn that thing on the water heater so that when you start putting the blue in, there's no way it pushes any water into the water heater or into the. Because if you're going to try to put that blue stuff in this water, so it won't freeze, you got to put a lot of stuff in 5 gallons.
So that cuts off the connection.
Cuts off the connection, and it sucks by vacuum. It sucks the lines empty. So the hot water lines in the trailer don't really have any antifreeze in them. They got through a vacuum. They are created, pulls the water out. Okay. All right.
Should I keep recording or not?
Get your lighter. All right, you see that what it says here? It says off right here.
Yeah.
All right, we turn it to pilot. You see the pilot's going there now?
You just turned it on.
You see it?
So I have to do this every time I turn on.
If you want hot water.
I just turn it to pilot. Normally it's going to be off. I turn it on there, and then that.
And then light it, make sure it lights.
So what's hot on the other side when we touch our hand? That's for the fridge. That's the propane for the fridge, and
Now,
for the heater, right?
You let this go.
This is strictly water heater.
Water here. You let this go for a little bit. Then you'll find out in a hurry if it's the pilot's got to warm everything up first.
Yeah.
then when you flip it to on, you'll know for sure it works.
How we know for sure it works? If it still stays on?
Because the gas will come in and light.
Well, it didn't light.
Well, let the pilot go a little longer then.
Wait, but don't you need to now stick it in there to light the pilot? Bam!
There must be some.
Ooh, do you think the tank's out? Did you switch it?
Yeah, I switched it. No, I just think there's air in the line.
How would there be air in there?
Well,
Bam!
if the gas goes empty on the tank,
Yeah. That's gonna go. That's gonna stop.
then that gets cold and it shuts everything down, so that if you turn the gas back on again, you don't want gas coming through here and not being lit.
Yep.
This shuts it off.
So you're gonna let it warm up for a while
I'm gonna let it warm up because that thing.
before you change it from pilot to on. Oh my!
Now your hot water heater, in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you'll have a tank of hot water.
This is Ed giving me the 101 on how to light the water heater.
Okay, it's off. You do it.
Oh gosh. Are you serious?
You put this on in its place.
Okay.
That'll screw on there. Then you take the funnel and put this thing in the funnel like this. And hold it. And then you turn the pump on and say open the faucet in the bathroom.
To your iPhone? You say that and it...
Huh?
If you say it to your iPhone, it remembers it?
Say it to my own iPhone? Yeah.
Wait, so what do you say now?
Well, you got your jug of RV antifreeze.
Yeah.
And you flip the pump on so it pumps.
Yep. Over by the sink.
Well, you do the sink. You do...
It's the flip, the sink, the right next to the sink, the black switch.
Right, you have that on, so because it's on now, but see, it's pumped up pressure, so it's not going to run.
Okay.
Then you take and you start pumping. You take maybe pouring a third of it. If you're going all the way to the sink in the bathroom, you pour it all, you pour, and if you put this in and you let it run, and then pretty soon it'll stop pumping because you aren't pouring any more in. Then you can shut the pump off. Go look in the sink. If it's got bluish water in it, you're done.
Oh, you mean, but I have to turn the sink on.
Turn the faucet on in the sink. Do one side at a time.
Oh, hot and cold.
Yeah, take care of one side at a time. Same way in the sink here.
This is to if it gets freezing, right?
If it gets to the point where you know it's going to freeze hard, that would mean at least 25, 28. I think 28 you're okay. Then you do the same.
Then unhook it and hook it back to normal.
Well, yeah. Then you make sure you got water in the stool. So how do you do water in the stool?
Oh, I just did it now. You flip it, you lift it up.
Yeah, but in the sink, you can go there and turn the faucet on.
Yep. So in the
But
toilet...
there's no faucet on this toilet.
No, in the toilet, you lift it up.
You push the lever down, let it flush.
And then lift it up.
Lift it up. And to lift it up and pouring stuff in here at the same time is not easy.
Oh. You need two people to do that.
Need someone to hold that while you pour in here, and
And
pretty
then
soon it'll start running blue in the toilet.
You do it until you see the blue.
Yep.